Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. In this video, I'm going to be covering some pretty neat things that Microsoft Word can do for you as far as not just spell checking, but actually looking at grammar and style, which is something that Grammarly has recently gotten a lot of attention for doing. But Grammarly will also interfere with your emails, your instant messaging, and sometimes your text messaging. So I'm not a big fan of Grammarly. I really encourage my students just to learn to use Microsoft Word. And so let's go ahead and get started doing that. I'm just going to share my screen with a PowerPoint that I made. I'm going to try to keep these lessons brief. And so here we are. So like I said, I really want you to be able to let Microsoft Word work for you, okay? And so the way you can get the most out of Microsoft Word is to uh, train your personal computer how you want your spelling and grammar check to look. And in case you need to use a public computer, I want you to know how to do that within Microsoft Word. If you're using a Mac, I apologize, you're using a Mac, but it's not that different. And I could probably find a tutorial for you on that too. Okay, so let's say I've got this paragraph and I want to start making some edits, and I just want to, I really don't just want to spell check. I want grammar and style. I want some good feedback. I don't want to use my English instructor as a glorified spell checker, right? I want to turn in work that represents the best that I can do with all of the tools available to me. And then I want my teacher to help me go through and think about style and organization and citations, examples, right? The really good stuff. So what you want to do is click on File in the top left corner of your document, and then you'll have a menu that looks like this, and then you're going to go and click on Options there in the bottom left. Now what pulls up, you'll see you've got lots of options regarding display and language and things like that, which as a side note, if any of you speak or write in a different language, it's got some awesome tools in there. But right now we're just going to stick with proofing. So click on proofing and click that OK button that you see right down here in the bottom right. And now you've got this menu pulled up. And so it's got all sorts of neat things that you can program in to tell Microsoft Word that you want it to do. You can see that for me, I want it to ignore uppercase words. I use acronyms a lot. In my citations, there are often internet file addresses. I want those ignored. And I know that I have the tendency, especially when I'm tired, to repeat words when I'm typing. So I want it to flag those. So all of you can just make those decisions about what you want to do there. For my students, what I really want you to do is look at this when correcting spelling and grammar in Word, and I want you to click on all of those. And then when it comes to writing style, make sure there's a drop-down menu that you select grammar and style. And it's very important now that you don't just click this X and close out, but you actually hit this OK button so that all of your decisions are saved and you don't have to go through the process again. Okay, so make sure you hit the OK button. And so now when you go to your review tab where you would normally just do your spell check, you're going to get spelling and grammar feedback. And so now you can see you had a run-on sentence here that was connected with a comma, and we call that a comma splice. And it tells you, hey, you should have a semicolon here and not a comma. And now if you want to learn more than what this lesson teaches you, you can just Google comma splice. And I would look to Khan Academy and the Purdue OWL, the online writing lab websites for those. And it's just, I mean, I say watch the magic. It really is magical. And guess what? This is the first thing I'm going to do when I get a student's paper downloaded is I'm going to run it through my grammar and style and spelling check. And so here it's even telling you, hey, you've got a problem with the case of your pronoun. This is in the objective case when we need it to be in the subjective case. And so it suggests that for you, and it gives you a little lesson. Now, if you really don't understand or you want some more practice with this, just go do a Google search, pronoun use, them versus they. And again, you'll get tons of helpful information, and you'll start learning this as you work and as you go through this. And so, just to conclude, get the most out of Microsoft Word. Don't rely on outside applications and things like that that are, going to be reading your emails and your text messages and things like that. It's just, it's too much. It's really overwhelming, and there's a time and place for this kind of perfection when it comes to writing. And really, the time and place is probably when you're writing something for college, you're using Microsoft Word. And we'll have another lesson later on about, what are the similar functions in Google, because it really does have some similar functionality, but still Microsoft Word is a little stronger than Google when it comes especially to grammar and style. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope you'll try it yourself. Watch one, do one, teach one. So find someone else that wants to learn about this and see if you can walk them through the process. And it really will take your writing, head and shoulder above that of your colleagues. And who doesn't want to see that kind of improvement? And it's not cheating, it's using the tools that are accessible to you. And that's what any intelligent person does. So I hope you enjoyed this. Reach out to me if you have any questions, and I'll be posting another video soon. Thank you.